Hi guys, welcome to this YouTube channel. Today I'll be sharing with you on the Christian and social media. What does it take for you to engage adequately on social media? It doesn't matter the platform, but how do you engage with other believers as well as people who are of different faiths and foundations? This video will seek to help you understand that this mountain of influence is one that we must learn to cultivate properly so that we can spread kingdom and spread Jesus everywhere and to everyone. Please, before I continue, I would like to ask and plead that you should turn on the notification bell on this video and then subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed, so that anytime we put new content you will be blessed by it. And I hope that you are blessed by this very video. Thank you and God bless you. Cheers. Now to the main gist of the day that you have been waiting for. On social media, there has been a whole rage and rave about someone who commented on a post, of a church who had gone on an evangelical outreach, a carnival, in a city, in the northern part of Nigeria or the middle belt part of Nigeria, and how that they shared the pictures of that particular, carnival that they were out for. And I mean, that church literally spent the whole day, walking through the city, jogging through the city, driving through. It was a rally involving over 50 cars. And this is not an exaggeration, involving, security, involving, the federal road safety. So it was a legal outreach. It was a legal, movement by that church. And it took them about 50 kilometers to get to the city. Get through the city, going to and fro till they got back to church. And the pastor, who is the overseer of that particular church, had posted that, we were spreading Jesus everywhere for everyone. And a young man, made a comment on social media on a particular picture of that post. And I will literally read out what this young man said, and I'll take up the discussion from there. So he said this. He said, "You take Jesus Christ to streets with these club girls. Tell your girls to dress like real Christians, but not as ashawus." Now, if you're not in the northern part of Nigeria or if you're not in Nigeria or in West Africa, ashawus are the nickname or pet name for what they call prostitutes, right? So this person was insinuating that these ladies who were out on this particular rally for Jesus were dressing like ashawus, like prostitutes. Now here's what the pastor responded. He said this. He said, "If I were you, I will take it as a challenge to go and gather my own non-ashawu girls so that we will go out and preach the gospel, so it can serve as an example for the ashawu girls, that have the courage to pray for the sick and welcome lost souls to the Father. I love my girls and my guys, and we will keep doing this till the Lord Jesus comes, who will separate the ashawus from the non-ashawus. May the Lord reward you according to what you have said concerning us. God bless you." My God, that very last line says a lot. May the Lord reward you according to what you have said concerning us. Now, this for me was worrisome when I stumbled across this whole conversation, because if we are believers, I like to believe that before we step out on social media to make or lay claims to certain things, we must understand the basis upon which actions are taken. And why do we always have to begin by pulling down? Not we necessarily or everybody, but a lot of people, even within the church, always like to pull down whatever someone is building, always likes to say, and say something, always like to have something to say, even when that thing to say does not necessarily make sense. You do not have to speak if you do not have anything to say, lest you call and attract for yourself, curses, unwarranted declarations and attention. Now, this young man, for instance, just expressed what I believe is what is in his heart, because it is from out of the abundance of the heart, right, that the mouth speaks. That means to me that perhaps this person is struggling with lust. Perhaps this person is looking for Jesus, And I like what the pastor responded, and he said that go and, organize your own outreach, of the non-Ashawus and reach out to the Ashawus, in quotes. This tells me that we must have passion, desire for the lost. We must not, however, also put down or neglect the basis and, the basics of our faith, decency. However, in these pictures, there is every form of decency. So we are not putting down that this young man has an idea of what it should look like, but he was not right in any way, because that was not indecent. I like to also say here that as much as we want to share, have something to say on social media as Christians, it is okay for you to not have an opinion when you really do not have an opinion. It is okay for you to really not say anything when you really do not have anything to say. Because the moment you begin to say what is not even the will of God, the moment you begin to speak, you are simply expressing your ignorance, giving room, because there was a lot of, arguments back and forth. You're giving room for, members of the body to keep tearing each other. You're not giving room for the advancement of kingdom. This video seeks to advise that, of course, this is not necessarily a cajoling or, a forceful attempt to make you, put down or silence what you believe. It is simply an advice and an attempt to share that social media is a global community, it's a global space, it's a global village. But we must be sensitive enough to not undo the work of the ministry, to not undo what another is doing, to not, like Nehemiah, in his day, Sanballat and Tobiah were there, and they literally, sorry about that, and they literally, decided that they were going to pull down whatever Nehemiah was trying to build. It must not be the case. You can just keep quiet or support what someone is building, especially when that is genuine and that is God-led and that is inspired by kingdom. And that is, you could really literally see the move of God. You could see souls won. You could see people giving their lives to Christ. You could see hearts yielding to kingdom. You could literally see the joy expressed even on the faces of those going for this rally, just to reach out for the hearts of the kingdom. It's disheartening, just to reach out to hearts for the kingdom. It's disheartening to see that a person puts all the efforts they could, for the church, for the sake of the advancement of the kingdom, and yet there is a tearing down, a pulling down, by others in quotes, of the same kingdom. That shouldn't be. So this video seeks to tell you that as a Christian, there is a way to navigate and engage on social media. You do not have to be on every post. You do not have to carry every post. You do not have to carry every news. All you have to do, is to be sensitive as well by the Spirit of God. Sometimes God will tell you, do not talk, do not respond, to whatever is happening. Sometimes he will prompt you. Some people will have the opinion, perhaps the pastor should not have said anything. He should have just kept quiet. But you see, in the day of Jesus, when the Pharisees and the Sadducees always, approached with their foolish mentality. I like to use the word foolish because They were simply just out to pull him down, to find a way to nail Jesus down. But you find out that Jesus' answer was always according to their folly, right? So there are times God will let and permit for you to speak out. There are times He will shut you down. In any ways, guys, I want to encourage you, if you're a Christian on social media, do all you can to be that valuable Christian that adds to what God is doing through the lives of others, that builds and does not tear down. And even if you would correct, that you should correct in love. I hope that this blesses you. Remember to turn on the notification bell and then subscribe to this YouTube channel. God bless you and thank you. Peace.